Hey Scrappers, it's Tom from the iScrap app, and today is Wednesday, January 13th, 2021. We hope that everyone is doing well, staying busy, and of course, scrapping often. If you have any questions for us, every Wednesday afternoon, we try to go live at 1 p.m., so feel free to post those questions, and we'll do our best to get those answers to you during our live feed. If you're listening to our podcast channel, if you're watching our video on YouTube or on Facebook after we've done it live, please email us at info@iscrapapp.com, comment below, and we'll always get to your questions. Yes?
Pause. Real quick.
Yeah, okay, we're just going to fix something real quick with the audio, everyone. Hold on, sorry. We're moving some things. We have a new microphone, so we're back up and running. So don't forget, Wednesday, 1 p.m., we try to go live. So if you have any questions for us, post them. But what we'd like to do right now is highlight a few of the things that have happened over the last 7 days. Now, of course, the catalytic converter market has continued to be on the hot streak over the last few months. Rhodium prices have been climbing near $20,000 an ounce. Now, for those of you that are looking, saying, Tom, I don't know where to find rhodium. I don't even know what it looked like if it smacked me in the face. Well, I'm sure you'll figure it out very quickly, $20,000 an ounce. And as more clean energy is going out there and they want to be able to filter the particulates that are coming through, you're definitely going to continue to have all of the clean energy, the rhodium, the palladium, the platinum prices increasing. And as these markets continue to increase, the catalytic converter prices are going to do the same. Now, the team over at rrcats.com has been providing us with price updates, giving us little alerts. And of course, if you have downloaded the iScrap app to your smartphones, you will be getting push notifications sent to you almost daily with market news, upswings, and more importantly, downswings. One of the things that we've tried to highlight over the years is the up is really easy, the down is really hard. Think about it. You go into a review and you're working somewhere and they tell you that you're getting a raise. Well, that's really easy. You worked really hard for the year and you were given a raise, which means you were rewarded for your hard work. But if you went into that same review and they said, well, you're going to have a 20% pay reduction, well, that's hard. That makes your life harder, stress goes up, and all of those things are going to really hurt you. So when we say to download the iScrap app so you can get the push notifications sent to you, those price alerts that come in are so important, whether it's from rrcats.com telling you about the catalytic converter market, whether it's just from the general team here at iScrap letting you know that the copper prices are up, steel prices are up. Of course, those markets could go down as well, but we want to be able to share those things with you so you can learn more about the markets as we go. Platinum prices have been approaching $1,100 an ounce, and palladium has been in the $2,500 to $2,800 per ounce range. We have now seen catalytic converter prices from rrcats.com hitting all-time record highs for the average price for every catalytic converter, and these markets really have been very strong. As we continue to quote people, we know that people are looking to learn more about these things, so share the questions with us so we can answer them and give you more information scrap-wise about your cats or other knowledge. Now, we have a couple of questions that have already come in. Let's get those answers going, Virginia.
Bradley asked, hey Tom, how do you think aluminum cans can or may get up to 59 cents a pound again? Do you think they will?
So right now, Bradley, it's great to hear from you again. Aluminum can prices, the national average is around 36 to 38 cents per pound. Now, don't forget there are, of course, higher and lower prices. That's why we say average. When do I think 59 cents could come? Much sooner than you think. A couple of things to look for. Number one, consumer demand on the aluminum side. We've continued to see strong demand, so that should push the aluminum prices up as we're near 2 to 2.5 year highs. Second thing that you want to look for, the tariffs. Will the new incoming Biden administration take the tariffs off that the Trump administration put in that affected steel and aluminum? So if those tariffs are removed, you have the possibility of aluminum having more of a run-up. But with so many things going on right now, it's really difficult to really put a firm idea and expectation on when or if they could. What we expect is a further increase as more scrap yards are getting comfortable with their prices and with their dealers and their vendors. You could see those markets increasing. Thank you for the question, Bradley. We have another question, Virginia?
We do. Mark just said, hey, great reporting. Thanks for giving us an update.
You're welcome, Mark. Excellent. Thank you from here. Thank you for the compliment. Let us know if there's anything that we can add to these reports to give you more information to help you make more money with your scrap. One of the things that we've talked about over the years is how we can help you make more money. At the end of the day, we want you to be able to tune into us so we can help learn from you and create more content, blogs, videos, posts, cater these weekly reports and the upcoming podcasts to these different things that you want to see so you can make more money. The higher the scrap prices go, things that you're going to see scrap yards getting a little tighter with their grading. You also might see scrap yards getting looser with their grading, because when we see prices increase, that generally is going to have a domino effect that's going to have more material coming into the yards, because people are going to be either pulling out things that they've been saving, or there's a shortage of material, so those higher prices will bring more people in. When that happens, scrap yards, depending on their size, could do one of two things, in my opinion. Number one, they get so busy that they ignore some of the grading, some of the quality control that they should be paying attention to. If that happens, you might have number two get mixed in with number one and be bought as number one. Smaller yards that do not get as much material in will have the opposite happen. Higher prices means that they're going to really be very strict on their buying guidelines, so you want to make sure your material is separated perfectly. Virginia, we have another question.
Ben mentioned, he said he had an interesting observation. I just traveled to Maine from Massachusetts, and the price of bare bright copper is $1 less per pound up here. Crazy how variable it is.
It really is crazy, and you have to think about a multitude of factors, Ben. Thank you very much for letting us know about that experience. Things that you need to look for. Number one, where are you? Are you up in the middle of nowhere where the transportation costs are going to be high? We have, associates that do business in Maine, and when you have a 4-hour drive to deliver material to southern Maine or Massachusetts, well, that's not just 4 hours. That's an 8 to 10 hour trip. That's a whole day. So that means a scrap yard could be paying a trucking company, their own trucker, $400, $500, $600, $700, $1,500 for a load to get moved, which could be an 8 to 10 hour round trip. So those are things that factor into prices. Small yards, they also don't have the ability to ship large quantities of material. So they might be selling to another medium-sized scrap yard, and the prices that they could be receiving could be lower than some of the ones that you might be used to in a more populated area, a more dense area. We always say that the coasts, east and west coast, have a much easier time to ship things out. The middle of the country, that Chicago area, has a lot of mills and domestic areas that you could ship non-ferrous to. So the market prices are generally higher there. So those are things that factor into the prices, so always things for you to look to and look forward to. Now, copper has continued to remain strong over the last week. We did see a bit of a pullback on Friday and Monday. The market has slightly recovered Tuesday and Wednesday the 13th. We haven't seen it as high as it was last week, but still, we're at 8 to 8.5 year highs. So at one point, you cannot complain about 8-year highs of anything, unless maybe it's your actual weight. We're not talking about copper. So, hey, we have another question we want to answer.
Just another comment that goes along with what you're talking about from Eugene. He said, last time I took copper in mid-November, they were only paying $1.59 per pound.
Yeah, well, I mean, mid-November was a long time ago. 2 months, 60 cents. 2 months, 60-cent increase. That is a large, unexpected, very welcome increase. But that also scares us. When you have a 15 to 20% movement in any market, gas, oil, stocks, copper, gold, tantalum, palladium, any of these markets moving 15 to 20% in a very short, dense period of time, that always scares us. What do we say? We've said it for years, since 2010, when we were up and running. We've said it since then. We like steady. steady growth. We don't want sharp decreases. We don't want sharp increases, because on the other side of that, when that rug gets pulled out from underneath you, you are going to see market drops, and that's not what you want. Okay? Steel continuing to stay strong. The oil market has had a rally the last month, going over $53 per barrel. That means that transportation costs are going to go up. You're probably already looking at the gas pump and saying to yourself, hey, wait a second, the national average for regular was around $1.95. Now the national average is around $2.25. That's a 30-cent swing. Well, new policies with the incoming administration are already being looked at into the future. More people are now traveling again as the vaccine is being pushed out there. More people are traveling as they got sick of being inside. Transportation costs have gone up as people have been staying at home more, which means those large carriers, UPS, FedEx, Amazon, all of these big ones have been shipping more things out to people, and people have been going to stores, whether it's grocery shopping or buying a new phone. People have been having things sent to their house. Transportation costs have gone up. Oil prices have gone up. Diesel and gas prices have gone up. But hey, beggars can't be choosers, because while those oil prices went up, we saw copper, gold, palladium, platinum, rhodium, silver, copper, steel, iron, aluminum, nickel. The only metal that hasn't really had a real nice increase has been lead. So when you have 90% increase on the metal side, and of course here in the scrapping community, that's what we want. We want an increased market for commodities so we can make more money with the scrap when we go to sell at your yard. Now don't forget, every Wednesday at 1 p.m. we try to go live. In the upcoming weeks and months, we're going to be expanding our network. We're going to be interviewing scrapyard owners, traders, day-to-day scrappers, week-to-week scrappers, hobbyist scrappers. If you want to be featured inside of our podcast, be interviewed on some of our special ones, we would love to hear from you. You can ping us, tweet us, you can send us emails, info@iScrapApp.com, comment in any of our Facebook threads, Facebook messages, any of these things. We want to hear from you so we can talk and have a dialogue to learn more about what you are looking for. Virginia, it looks like we have another question.
Tony said, do you have any thoughts about the Canadian side? Here in Quebec, we are in lockdown with an 8 p.m. curfew.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to really comment on, in my mind, that's a bit of a political type of a thing, and we try to stay towards a scrap center. We talk about, vaccines and different things like that, but that's just because it is affecting the commodities market. On that political curfew, stay-at-home lockdown type of thing, we're going to stay away from that, but we hope that that ends as quickly as possible, as well as we hope that this whole thing that we're going through together ends as quickly as possible. Don't forget, every Wednesday at 1 p.m. Eastern Time, we have our Facebook Live. You can always tune in, ask questions. More importantly, if you don't get to that, make sure you download the iScrap app. We send out push notifications alerting you for price increases, general news information, things that's going to help you make more money with your scrap. Our job is to help you make more money with your scrap. Your job is to make more money with that information and share with us what you want us to talk about every single week. I do not do these live reports to benefit me. I do these live reports to learn and help benefit you about your scrap and how you're looking to do different market movements. Scrappers, this is Tom from the iScrap app. Today is Wednesday, January 13th, 2021. We look forward to your comments, your emails, your questions, your concerns. We wish you nothing but healthy and safe times, and until next week, I'll scrap you later.